All right, let's get to Oprah, as Krystal said, and we'll review. So as you guys will remember, Kamala and Oprah set up a big campaign event, notably not an interview, although they tried to make it look a little bit like an interview. We had some of the choice moments of the event, which was basically scripted and mostly on teleprompter from what we could see. Let's take a listen.
What is on your heart to say to the American people as we have 47 days until November 5th? What's on your heart? To say to particularly those people who are still undecided or maybe indifferent or on the fence still.
We love our country. I love our country. I know we all do. That's why everybody's here right now. We love our country. We take pride in the privilege of being American. And this is a moment where we can and must come together as Americans, understanding we have so much more in common than what separates us. Let's come together with the character that we are so proud of about who we are, which is we are an optimistic people. We are an optimistic people. Americans, by character, are people who have dreams and ambitions and aspirations. We believe in what is possible. We believe in what can be. And we believe in fighting for that. That's how we came into being. Because the people before us understood that one of the greatest expressions for the love of our country, one of the greatest expressions of patriotism, is to fight for the ideals of who we are, which includes freedom to make decisions about your own body, freedom to be safe from gun violence, freedom to have access to the ballot box, freedom to be who you are and just be, to love who you love openly and with pride, freedom to just be.
Freedom to just be. It took a while to get there. I mean, I think the main problem I have with a lot of these answers is that she always takes forever to actually get to anything about others. And it's not just like, well, in America, and they're like the weird inflection, also the hand gestures is very Ricky Bobby-esque to me. Even though it was literally on a teleprompter, she knew the question that was there from photos that were from the background. I just couldn't believe that that's the best you can come up with. It reminds me of Dana Bash interview, which is like, what's your day one agenda? She's like, well, and it's like, takes forever to get there.
She always does the like, she didn't do it in this answer, but she always does the like,
oh, I'm a middle class.
Middle class.
Yeah. Oh, it's like a meme. It's like a meme now at this point. I grew up in a middle class family.
But I have to tell you, I mean, it is wild to see. We talked earlier about how much her favorability rating has skyrocketed. And, you know, I think she's trying to go for the like generic Democrat vibe. And that's what this answer feels like. It's like, let me just throw in a bunch of Barack Obama-esque buzzwords about like, unity and what unites us is greater than what divides us, and we fight and we have values and whatever, and just like put it all together and serve it out to you. And you know, that's kind of what the vibe she's going for. And so I think that, you know, that's consistent with the answer she gave. It's also the sort of thing, I don't know, for whatever reason, I think because Trump is so wild that now that she's the standard bearer and not Biden, it hits for people a little different because it does just feel like very sort of normal politician speak. And it's like for a decent chunk of America, roughly 50%, they're like, yes, just give me something that sounds kind of normal. Like that's all I want. And that's what, you know, that's the spot she's landing in.
Yeah, I don't know. She did give at least one interesting answer on guns. Let's take a listen.
So powerful at the convention when you said, you have guns. No, at the debate. I'm
a gun owner. Tim Walz is a gun.
I did not know that.
If somebody breaks in my house, they're getting shot.
Yes. I hear that. I hear that.
Probably should not have said that.
But
my staff will deal with that later.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you'll recall Kamala said she was a gun owner. What was it, during her No, it was during the debate. That's what it was. And I actually doubted it. I was like, come on. But apparently people went back and checked 2014. This has been a long-standing thing. I will say in the state of California, if somebody breaks into your house and you do shoot them, good luck with the police, because you got I believe they have a duty to retreat thing on their books. For those of you who are into self-defense law, you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, there are two ways you could look at that. One, and I saw a lot of right-wingers being like, look, she's losing so badly that she's trying to come after us in terms of shoot somebody who's breaking into your house. I don't think there was a lot of strategy behind that comment. I think it was just her trying to be, quote, hashtag relatable. I don't know what else to say about it.
Yeah, I saw a lot of right-wingers sharing this too, and I was like, I don't think that this really is serving your cause that much, because if it's strategic at all, which I agree with you, probably isn't.
I don't think it was.
It's a play to see, I'm not the crazy liberal coastal elitist you think I am. I'm a gun owner, and I also want to defend my home, which is again very relatable sentiment. So I don't know.
Whatever.
She pulls it off. I think she pulls it off.
I don't think so.
I think she does.
If you are familiar,
it's kind of a charming moment.
A California person saying that, I'm going to shoot you. It's like, okay, then good luck. Good luck
she doesn't
with
even live in California anymore. There's Saagar.
You're right. She lives in Washington, D.C. 10 times worse of a gun-owning state. Let's put the last one up there on the screen.
If she's in the White House, I don't think she's going to have to be worrying about her own self-defense anymore.
That's another.
So I think she's probably going to be,
A lot of these people are anti-gun, got a lot of security around them. What we've got here is a new Fox News Howard University poll. This was actually another interesting moment from the interview about likely black voters in swing states. Has Kamala at 82, Donald Trump at 12, undecided at 5. That was where Trump was in 2020, according to this. This is one poll indicating he's not, quote unquote, gaining black votes. Here's the only reason that I do doubt that, is that Trump's strength in the Sun Belt does indicate that he has got more strength amongst people who are minorities by definition, because of the Georgia and the Arizona and Nevada electorates. So if you look at his gains in those states, and actually where his tightest and worst states were relative to 2020 and 2016, it was in the whiter states of Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. And in fact, some of the crosstab polling where we have seen Kamala's strength in some of the battleground states in the upper Midwest have been because specifically of gains amongst white voters in much wider states on average than the rest. So you take that for what it is, but there was an interesting moment. Emily and Ryan covered it, the Kamala at the Black Journalist event, where she's like, look, I'm not taking black votes for granted. And I mean, honestly, you shouldn't. Looking again at the Georgia strength, at the Trump strength in Arizona, and if we look again at those 2020 returns of Donald Trump, specifically in the Laredo and South Texas area among Hispanics, and then you put that on top of Nevada and Arizona, you could see very clearly that there is some strength there for Trump amongst Latinos. And actually, Kamala, for example, is running Spanish-only language ads on border security alongside Ruben Gallego. So the difference in the national conversation compared to how they're trying is totally separate from what it actually looks like at an executing level.
I think one thing you can definitely say, Joe Biden did obviously very well with black voters back in 2020. Their support had waned vis-a-vis Joe Biden. I think one thing that is very clear since Kamala Harris has become the standard bearer is that she has improved those numbers significantly. Is she all the way back to where Joe Biden was in, say, 2020? This poll would indicate. I've seen other polls that would indicate that that's the case. Hard to say exactly, but she is improving her margins with black voters, with Latino voters, certainly with younger voters as well, over where Joe Biden was when he was in this race, not necessarily matching on all of those totals where he was in 2020 with a winning coalition. So it's something to keep an eye on, as a question of whether that narrative about Trump winning over black voters may have been overstated. Question mark, put a pin in it right now, and we'll watch what develops with more polling.
Hey, if you like that video, hit the like button or leave a comment below. It really helps get the show to more people.
And if you'd like to get the full show ad-free and in your inbox every morning, you can sign up at breakingpoints.com.
That's right. Get the full show, help support the future of independent media at breakingpoints.com.